Today we're talking Mortal Kombat, the movie, and what you and I can learn from it as leaders. So if you love movies and you want to grow, stick around. Here we go. Welcome to Pick a Fight. Hey, what's up, man? I'm Joe, and welcome to Pick a Fight. If this is your first time here, make sure you click that subscribe button and hit that bell to make sure you're getting all the notifications as those come out. But it is Friday, which means we are going to talk about movies today, and the new movie, Mortal Kombat, the one from 2021, not from the 1990s. My goodness, I was watching clips from the 90s the other day. That movie's horrible. But the new one, right? I mean, it is what you expect from a Mortal Kombat movie. A lot of fighting, a lot of blood. But there's also leadership principles in it that I want to bring up to you today. So obviously, if you have not seen the movie, I'm about to bring spoilers. So I hope you saw it. If not, you can click off, go watch it. Or if you don't care, stick around and see what we can learn.
Sub-Zero tracked and killed another one of Earth's champions, but another has escaped.
Have our assassins double their efforts?
What of Lord Raiden? If he discovers we're breaking rules set in stone by the Elder Gods.
Leave the other gods to me. We didn't win 9 straight tournaments by following the rules. Melina, let's finish this.
When we actually watch the movie, the bad guy in the movie is Shang Tsung. Okay, now he is like the bad guy. He's leading, Sub-Zero and all the other bad guys, and his goal is he wants to win the Mortal Kombat tournament. But before even getting into the tournament, he thinks, well, this is what we'll do. We'll take out all the good guys ahead so they don't even have time to come to the tournament. And as I'm watching this, I'm like, my goodness, how many times do we do this in life? That literally Shang Tsung is cutting corners to get what he wants. And as men, how we cut corners to get what we want. And if you don't think that we cut corners, I mean, you remember all the late night ads is talking about like Stacker Plus or whatever, to like lose weight super quick, hydroxy cut, everything, it's like, it's a cutting corner. It's like, ooh, hey, keep eating what you're eating, but pop this pill and you'll lose weight. Like there's all kinds of corners that we cut in life, but it never ends up leading us to where we want to be. And so I'm just here to ask you, are you cutting any corners right now as a leader? Are you cutting corners spiritually? Are you cutting corners relationally? Are you thinking, and here's some examples, right? Spiritually, are you cutting corners that instead of you actually diving into the Bible, instead of praying, instead of seeking God for your faith, you're just listening to a podcast or watching a YouTube video or a sermon? That's cutting a corner, because here's the thing. That's like me telling you about the date that I went on with my wife. And then because I told you about it and how good it was and what we did, that you think, oh, cool, me and my wife, we just had a date then. It's like, no, that was my time with my wife. Let me inspire you. Now you go do it with your wife. Do you see what I'm saying? When a pastor's preaching, it's an overflow of his time with God, with the Holy Spirit. And he's speaking it to you and saying, hey, take ideas and tips from this, but now you go spend time with God. That's on you. If you are not spending time with God alone, you're cutting a corner. What about relationally? Are you cutting corners? Are you cutting corners by going to your son's baseball game, but bringing the laptop, bringing your phone, scrolling on Instagram? Like you're like, oh, I'm there. Hey, good hit, son. Good job. But you're actually not there. You're not engaged. You're cutting a corner. You're trying to multitask, and multitasking is not real. I'm probably going to do a YouTube teaching on that. It's not real. Are you cutting corners in lust? Saying like, oh, well, I'm not looking at porn, but dude, you're scrolling on TikTok and seeing plenty of boobies. Is that what you're doing? Like we cut corners, and here's the thing. When we cut corners, we end up going in a circle because we cut so many corners. Have you felt like you're just going in a circle in life? Because that's what Shang Tsung ends up happening to him. He tries to cut these corners by defeating the good guys and sending all his bad guys to take him out. And what happens in the long run is the good guys actually whoop all the bad guys and kill them. Again, I told you there was going to be spoilers in this. So in the long run, when we try to cut corners, it actually hurts us more than helps us. And so we have to do a self-evaluation. Again, even thinking of Mortal Kombat, what am I fighting for? Am I truly fighting for leadership? Am I fighting for my spirituality? Am I fighting against lust? Am I fighting for my relationships? What does this look like? And I just want to tell you guys, like I am the first one that would cut a corner. Like, I know some of you are like, well, you're a pastor, you're going to cut corners. I'm a 3 on the Enneagram, which means I'm an achiever. Like, I want to get things done. And when things aren't progressing, things aren't getting done, I'm like, okay, let me just move this, let me do this, let me, you know, and I've done that. And let me tell you, I have fallen flat on my face. The Bible talks about pride comes before the fall. All cutting corners is pride. Saying, ooh, I think I got a better way to do it. Ooh, I think if I did it this way. Ooh, I think, you know, and we cut corners in all areas of life. It could be with our finances. It could be saying about our gambling habits, our drinking, our addictions. We're cutting corners saying, this is okay, this is okay, this is okay. You know what it is it's drawing a line. And the problem with drawing a line is we say, cool, I'm not gonna cross that line. But then pretty soon, like right now, I actually have a piece of tape on the ground where I know to stand. The thing is I know how close I can get to that line before this video starts cutting the top of my head off. But if I go over the line, sometimes I'm like, well, how far over the line can I actually go before it cuts my head off? And we do the same thing in life. We draw a line, well, I'm only gonna get this close, right? If it has to do with finances, it has to do with relationships, it has to do with fill in the blank. I put a line there, but I'm only gonna get this close to the line. And then we get close to it. And then we see, wow, it's really not that bad. Anything happens when I'm right up against a line. I wonder how far I can go over the line. In life, we shouldn't be about drawing lines. We should be about creating character. In our life as men, you should not be about drawing line, but creating character. Who do you want to be? And again, going back to Mortal Kombat, you have a choice. Even Kano in the movie, he had a choice. Was he going to be a good guy because he's hanging out with the good guys at first? Or is he going to be a bad guy? He had a choice in which way he wanted to step. And it's just like you and I. We have a choice of what we are going to do. So something I want you guys to understand as we're wrapping this up is you don't have full control over life, okay? But you do have control over some things. And some of the things you can do is not cut corners. So for example, like I can't control if my wife gets in a car accident. I can't control that if I'm making breakfast today and I accidentally hit the pan and grease splatters all over my face. You know what I mean? Like I can't control things, but I can control certain things in my life, like setting my alarm and waking up to go to the gym because I want to be healthy. I can't control if the gym's going to be open or not, even though I go to any time, it's going to be open anytime. But there's things that we can control. I can control what I'm going to eat, my diet, and try to be healthy. Now, does that mean I'll never get cancer? No, but I'm fighting for these things and trying to stay healthy, you know? So again, there's things that you can control, things you can't control. What can you control in your life so you don't cut corners? The first thing really is your character. What kind of character do you want to have? And that's going to keep you, again, away from not even saying, hey, I'm drawing a line. It's going to keep me far away of what you're doing. The next thing I want you guys to know about yourself is be curious about yourself. Like, be curious how good you can be. Be curious how good you can be, because if you're curious how good you can be, you're not going to cut corners. You're not going to, right? Like think about, remember when in the MLB, when everybody was taking steroids, like they weren't curious about how good they could be naturally, but with a substance added to them. They were cutting corners. Think about how good can you be naturally by yourself with who God created you to be. How good can you be? And don't draw the line, because again, we don't get close. We go over the line. So here's some things to stop, okay? Ready? From cutting corners. Be honest with yourself. You got to be honest with yourself. That's number one, okay? Number two, go the long way. Like so many times we want to take shortcuts, and the shortcuts end up taking us longer than the actual long way. Don't take the shortcuts. Go the long way. Stop trying to impress others. Man, that's one of the biggest reasons that we cut corners is we're trying to impress so many people. Listen, don't try to impress others. You fight your fight. You fight your fight. You do you, boo-boo. Don't be in a rush. Like, if we learn that the journey is the destination, we're going to love the process. We're going to love doing things. We are going to love waking up in the morning and eating healthy, working out. When it comes to our job of climbing the corporate ladder, not trying to knock the ladder out from other people, like whatever it is in your life, not trying to rush to have a great marriage, but step by step, day by day, talk by talk, book by book. Again, like enjoy the journey. And the last thing, don't be selfish. That is where corner cutting comes, is because we are thinking about ourselves, not realizing how we are affecting and hurting other people. Hey, if you want to subscribe, go ahead, click that subscribe button. Also, don't forget, you can click the bell, so anytime I post videos, it's going to come to you. And every Friday, we are doing a Movie Friday. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time right here on Pick a Fight.